Hello there, Tyrant here, and I just finished watching the first episode of 3D Kanojo Real Girl. And so, this is one of those animes that popped up onto one of my recommended. And it's the start of the spring season, so let's see how it goes. For episode 1, the concept is actually pretty simple. We have our main protagonist, who is your, I would say, generic otaku. Plays video games, loves anime, and is kind of not despised, but is gross to the outside norm, I would say. He has only one friend who's also willing to express himself, and they have that camaraderie. But they both share some level of low self esteem. So you're kind of generic otaku. And then we get thrown in with this chick. I don't remember the name of the girl. Your classic kind of pretty girl, in the sense that it's not like she's has multiple friends, but she has those looming rumors about her, guys and stuff like that. So she has that rep on her. So you kind of get the general sense. The interesting thing that gets me about this episode and the show so far, as just being the first episode, it kind of just really digs in really quick. Our main protagonist is kind of stuck cleaning the pool with her because they're both late. This begins their intertwining, well, I would say, relationship, because as the time continues, they talk, but it's nothing real serious. But for some reason, he's after this little cross, they go their separate ways, but they somehow meet up again later that weekend. Or they don't meet, but they kind of cross paths again at a restaurant where she helps him and his friend from some girls who are kind of, being dicks to them. And she has, your classic pretty girl glow, and her attitude is, pretty blunt for the most part, and it's really funny. Um, like I said, it continues like this. He himself even tries to help her. And a couple scenes later, when she's kind of being, I would say, used, not used, yeah, kind of used by the other boys, the more popular boys of the group. And, he kind of tries to avoid it, but, he kind of gets that mentality, like, are you a man and stuff like that. So it really kind of is interesting because she, like, literally after that day he gets ass beat by, like, the guy who's in karate, and, like, yeah, dude. um and he has, like, a couple bruises, your classic, like, oh, dude, you're gonna feel that. And she asks him out, and I was like, wow, this is going really hitting fast. So I was like, huh, where is this show going? I have no idea, because you have, because he rejects her. He, like, says, no, like, I don't want your sympathy, or I don't remember exactly what he said, but he doesn't want that from her. And yeah. And what's funny is that, like, you hear the side commentary, like, oh my god, she'll date anyone, like, she's really willing to sink that low and stuff like that. And you kind of get the general idea of what her her flow is. So, after all this, he kind of becomes a stalker later, after he visits the hospital, and he sees her again out on town. And you know, it's funny because like, literally, like I said, it like went into it like I was confused. Like, he just became a stalker at this point, our main protagonist, and then he's just kind of following her. Um, and like, what the fuck's happening here? Like, Then some altercation happened at a bookstore, like one of her last stops, and he kind of helps her there too. And yeah, more talking, more plot, and I was like, wow, the show's moving like beat to beat faster than it should, because some of these things you would think you would see through a long space. But I get why they did this, because as everything goes, and he shows up at school the next day and everything. You get this kind of, he gets this revelation. Like like he should, even though he said he's gonna get used, manipulated, he should still try it. It's like it's a fashion of life. You need to experience something like this. So he goes and asks her out, and I was like hoping, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for her to reject him, and it was gonna be kind of this joke, right? But no, she accepts it. But this is what made me interested so far, and I'm hoping the show will balance this out. So at the end of the episode, we hear, or we learn, that she's gonna be transferring schools in 6 months. So that I get why she was crying earlier in the episode. You couldn't really settle down or anything. You're moving, so his first girlfriend is gonna be leaving. So yeah, that's what we get. So that's kind of my thoughts on this episode. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here. Um, yeah, 3D Kanojo. Was hoping to be a little bit more generic, but it threw me into a twist. Okay, so those are my thoughts for first episode. Let's see how it continues. So thanks again for watching. Until next time.